Hello guys, this is Jacko from MuddyTigerOutdoors, and you're joining me again today for another little gun show and tell. If you follow the channel, I don't usually do this very often. In fact, my channel is most about outdoors, hiking, backpacking, camping, and the equipment relation with that kind of stuff. But I do enjoy shooting from time to time, and I do enjoy firearms and learning about those and all that kind of stuff. So without further ado, what I have here to show you is like the title says, the Smith & Wesson M&P M2.0. This is in 9mm, so let me bring you a little bit closer and show you what I'm talking about. So this is by no means an unboxing or anything like that. I don't quite like doing unboxings. I've had this gun for a couple of months now, and I've definitely enjoyed it. Before we get further with this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you that it's safe. There's nothing in the chamber. You can see it there. Absolutely nothing, and of course no magazine. So there we go. Now we have a safe pistol. So the reason why I bought this M&P M2.0 is very simple. I like the way it looks. I like the M&P series. I like what they've done with them. I like the upgrades. Obviously, I'm a big fan of this finish or this kind of color, and it definitely is a very, very well designed pistol. I'm not going to tell you a whole lot about details, because sometimes those can be a little bit boring. I'll post them in the link of in the description of this video. But this is definitely a pistol that, if you like the M&P series, if you like shooting, this is definitely a gun worth looking into, especially for the price. You know, for what you get, the finish, the style, the quality is definitely up there with Glock, and I do own a couple of Glocks. It's definitely up there with some of the bigger competitors, even SIG. I do own one SIG, and it's definitely a good gun. Now, what you have, or what comes with the package is obviously the pistol, and you have, this time you have 4 interchangeable back straps. That means you can change from small to medium, or actually to extra small, small, medium, and large. Right now I have the medium on. That's what feels comfortable in my hand, and that's what gives me a pretty good grip. Speaking of the grip, if you look a little bit closer, the grip has a lot of texture, and this is one of the new things with these pistols. They're a lot more gritty. It's not stippling by any means, but it's definitely gritty. That's the word that I would use to describe this kind of texture. It's very grippy. It's not hard. I mean, it actually gives a little bit. And, a lot of people say it's a little uncomfortable. A lot of people say that it's a little bit too aggressive. But if I'm honest, my hands are not rough hands by any means. And this only started bothering me after 250 rounds, right about here. Other than that, there was really no problems with the grip. The grip is absolutely comfortable. You really get a good amount of traction or friction with this grip. And I do own another one of the M&P earlier models, the 9C, and that's one that I've been carrying for quite a while, a couple of years now. I have no issues with that grip either, but it's definitely a good upgrade as far as what they did with this, with the texture of this. Another of the new upgrades is the trigger. The trigger is a little bit more crisp, and it breaks almost all the way to the back. Like, you have to travel a good amount. You have this much take-up. Now, if you guys are familiar with the previous models, the take-up was a little bit gritty, and that's a lot of some of the complaints that some people had. Now, this one is a lot smoother. It breaks, and the reset, it's a lot more audible. There you go. Now, I find this trigger, I'm not very picky with triggers. I'm not an expert shooter. I'm not a competition shooter. I'm not very demanding when it comes to triggers, to be honest. And I don't know if that's because of my lack of knowledge. I don't know if it's because I'm just, not very picky, period. So the trigger for me, it feels a little bit better than the previous model, but the previous model never bothered me. I got accurate enough with the other model, so it really didn't mean a whole lot to me as far as the improvements. It's a nice improvement, but you know, if this came with a previous trigger, it wouldn't be a deal breaker for sure. Another new thing is right here, the loaded chamber indicator is right on top, so it just kind of protrudes when you have a round in the chamber. You can see the extension that they did with the frame. It's got a little bit more of a steel frame extended just to add a little bit more rigidity to the entire pistol. And of course, another of the bigger changes is the slide release or the slide lock. It's a little bit of a different system. I'm not entirely sure. I've done some research as far as how it works and why. I think it's more than anything to prevent the slide from locking or from pushing forward. When you push a mag with force, a lot of times it just kind of likes to push the slide forward and round in the chamber or go into battery. But with this, it just kind of prevents that. So you don't have, you know, if you don't want to put it in battery, then it stays like that. I guess it's kind of an upgrade. Never had a problem or a complaint about the previous one, but it's a new thing. Now, of course, the mag release is interchangeable from side to side. This is essentially a pretty good ambidextrous pistol, because you also have the slide release or the slide catch on this side as well. So you know, if you were a lefty, obviously the button is there, and you can actuate it with your left hand, and you just have to switch, which is very simple to switch the mag release button to the other side. Now, as far as these sights, these are pretty good sights. Typical M&P 3-dot, white dot. These are not the night sights. I find them pretty accurate. Of course, with this pistol, this being the 5-inch, this is the longer sight radius, and I can get pretty accurate with this gun. I actually kind of impressed myself as far as how accurate I was able to get. Not an expert shooter by any means, but definitely gave me a little bit more accuracy than my Glock 19, and I've been shooting my Glock 19 a little bit longer than this. I don't know if it's the trigger, I don't know if it's the longer sight radius, or if I just, you know, got lucky that day, but definitely a little bit more accuracy out of this one. Of course, another of the nice things is the serrations. You know, M&P, I've always been kind of a fan of these serrations, the scallop style, and they're very easy to grip. They don't hurt your fingers. You know, you definitely get a good positive lock or a lot of friction with those. And of course, they added up at the front in case you want to do a press check. Very easy to do. I've never had the need to do that. If I need to check, I just kind of pull it from the back and look at it this way. I think it's a little bit safer to point down or to point up if you're going to press check rather than put it to the side. You never know who's on this side, but that's only my opinion. Now, the pistol itself comes with 2 magazines, and these are 17 round mags. And you know, they've got the matching base plates as far as the color goes. And that's about it. That's all you get. If you want extra magazines, of course, you have to buy them yourself. Now, to take this pistol apart is very, very simple. There's a little tool right here that when you remove this, you basically twist and pull. It allows you to take off the grip, and I'll show you that in a minute. But it's also a tool for you to remove or field strip the pistol. Of course, you lock your slide back, lever goes down, and I don't know if the camera is going to capture it. I don't think I have very good lighting, but there's a little pin right here that pulls down, and it's yellow. You can't see it on camera because of the light, but you know, my pinky is thin enough for me to just kind of stick it in there, and now you can see the silhouette now that it's on its forward position. Then you can remove the slide. Obviously, the internals, very similar to Glock and a lot of the similar polymer pistols out there. A lot of little parts. And now this particular one comes with the thumb safety or external safety, which, you know, it doesn't bother me as much as it bothers other people. This is not going to be a carry pistol. It's a little too big to be a carry pistol, in my opinion. I'm going to try to carry it from time to time, but it's, you know, me being a small frame guy, we'll see how I do. Of course, you've got your spring guide rod You've got your barrel here. This, again, this is the longer barrel model. You know, very familiar if you're kind of used to these M&P series pistols. Now to reassemble the pistol, again, very easy. Put your barrel in there. You got your spring and guide rod. You have to kind of make sure that they go into the little groove they have in there, and then you slide it on the rail, lock it back, and then you can push this little lever with your finger, or when you insert the magazine, it goes back on. So very simple to disassemble or reassemble, field strip it, whatever you want to call it. Just very similar to Glock, very similar to a lot of other pistols out there. Now, as far as what I was talking with this little tool, at first it's kind of stiff. I've kind of taken it off a few times. This is what it looks like. Now once you take that off, then the strap comes off, and then you can exchange it for whatever size you prefer. Very simple, very nice method to use. Very similar to Glock, except with Glock you have to have a punch to be able to remove the pin that holds that little back strap. Put it back on, again, very similar. So I've taken this pistol a couple of times. I've probably put about, I don't know, maybe a little over 500 rounds through it. A lot of accuracy out of this pistol, a lot of reliability. I have not had a single malfunction with this. No jams, no failures to feed, no failures to eject, no light primer strikes, nothing like that. So far, after over 500 rounds, this has been 100% reliability, which is definitely something that you want. You know, if you're looking to carry this as your duty gun, as your concealed carry, if you can get away with this, even competition shooting, you know, this being with the longer sight radius, this is definitely very accurate, very reliable. As far as my impression goes, as far as my limited experience, of course, once again, I'm not an experienced shooter. I don't do this, to get any, hunting out of it, or to do any kind of recognition or anything like that. So, as far as leisure shooting, which is what I do, this is definitely a very accurate, very easy to shoot pistol. If you're thinking about getting one of these, if you're kind of doing a little bit of research, if that's the reason, or one of the reasons why you're watching the video, I would definitely recommend you to get one of these. For the price, I mean, for what you get, it's definitely a good value of a gun. The finish is very nice. It's a good quality finish. The texture, again, it hangs onto your hand very well. And again, my hands are not working hands, they're not rough hands, and I did not feel any kind of issues with this. Now, the main purpose, or the main reason why I got this pistol, other than just shoot with it, is to keep it in my nightstand. This is my night gun. This is the one that I want to use for home defense purposes. Previously, it used to be my Glock 19. This one, I got another light for it. This is the TRL-1 Stream Light. Very good light. This is my first of these type of lights, or this brand of light. Very good light. It shines very bright. It's very reliable. I like the way it kind of looks with the gun, and let me put it on, I'll show you. So that's what it looks like with the light on, and it's a very good combination. I kind of like the way it it almost protrudes at the same level as the end of the slide, or the end of the barrel. It looks very good. I think it's a good combination. It's a gun that has given me 100% reliability so far. I don't expect to have any malfunctions with it. I've fed it any kind of ammo, cheap ammo, carry ammo, hollow points, full metal jacket, you name it. Most of the ammo that I've shot through it is just brass casing. I don't shoot a whole lot of steel, or in fact, this is some of the ammo that I have in it. This is a Hornady hollow point, and these are aluminum casing with a little rubber insert. Anyway, guys, that's it for this little show and tell of this M&P M2.0. This is in 9mm. I hope you liked the review or the video, and if you did, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Please check us out on Facebook, Muddy Tiger Outdoors. We'll see you guys in the next video. Y'all take care.